Chuckles. All right, brace yourselves, folks. You know what they say, right? Dogs have owners, cats have staff. Now, isn't that the truth? So, there was once a man named Bob. Now, Bob was not your average Joe. He was more of a crazy cat man. One day, Bob decided to adopt a cat. He went to the shelter and picked out the most adorable little furball. He named her Miss Whiskers, for her long, elegant whiskers that stood out like a queen's crown. Now, Miss Whiskers wasn't your average feline. She was a cat of character, a cat of, well, let's just say she had a mind of her own. Bob quickly discovered that he didn't so much own Miss Whiskers as he was her humble servant. Every morning, sharp at 5, Miss Whiskers would jump on Bob's bed, demanding breakfast. And not just any breakfast, mind you. She wanted the finest salmon, hand-picked and served on her silver platter. One day, Bob thought he'd outsmart Miss Whiskers. He bought an automatic cat feeder, set it to dispense food at 5 in the morning. He thought he'd finally get to sleep in. But oh, was he wrong? The next morning, he woke up with a start. There was Miss Whiskers sitting on his chest, her green eyes staring into his soul. She had somehow figured out how to turn off the automatic feeder, and she was not happy. From then on, Bob learned his place. He was not the master of the house. No, that title belonged to Miss Whiskers. And every morning at 5 sharp, he would dutifully serve her the finest salmon hand-picked on her silver platter. So folks, remember this. You don't own a cat owns you. And if you think you can outsmart them, well, you're probably barking up the wrong tree. Or should I say scratching at the wrong post? Chuckles. And that's it for today, folks. Remember, life's like a box of chocolates. Unless you have a cat, then it's more like a box of open tuna. You never know what you're gonna get, but you can be sure it's gonna stink.